Why coaching? Well, it was something that I've always kind of known my whole life, that coaching is a good thing, whether it be in sports, whether it be in math, whether it be in sciences. It's always one of those things which you need to get yourself to that next level. And if you're going to use it in all other aspects of my life, at least, I thought, well, why not business? I just jumped into a new industry at the time when I was around 32, 33 years old, and here I am 5 years later, much further along as a result of coaching and having some guidance moving me along. Well, when I think about engaging people nowadays, and especially when it comes to my colleagues or clients, I'm always looking for the type of person they are. And what I mean by that is that within coaching, what Kyle has helped me do is identify there's certain characteristics that all kind of people share. And basically being able to identify those, you can actually help your interaction when it comes to those people. Whether it be in the context of a personal relationship or in a business relationship, when they fall into those four categories, you yourself are able to adjust and adapt to the circumstance, which actually makes it a much more pleasant engagement because of the fact that you have a level of empathy which you're able to relate to that other person in terms of the data which they need before you engage with them. So when it comes to alignment, that's a pretty important area in my opinion in terms of the success of any type of business person. I would say personally as well as from a business context. And the reason being is that it gives you a lot of structure around your day, so you know how to plan your day, so you're not just running around putting out fires. Literally, you will pull your hair out just putting out fires if you don't have any structure to your day. You have to know how to set aside certain things and prioritize, and that's the one thing that I would definitely say that Kyle's kind of brought to my attention is having structure within your day helps you adjust your, I would almost say, your goals and your values, so that everything that you know is a priority can be set aside for certain periods of time. And as you kind of move through that, it makes it a lot easier to know what to expect, so that when fires do rise, you've already accomplished what you need to accomplish within, say, the first hour or two of your day. And that way, it really aligns with your overall goal and value of whatever you're trying to push for, whether it be from a profitability standpoint, whether it be more employee engagement, whether it be to bring your team closer together. Ultimately, having more of a structure will kind of guide you towards that goal. So networking is one of those things which I think for a lot of people can be a struggle, but for myself, it just kind of came naturally with my personality because I see opportunity in everybody. A lot of people will cut themselves short in saying, is there a deal here? Especially within the real estate community, it'll be like, is this guy a deal? Well, they may not be now, but they could be down the road. And not only that, but it's who they know and the other network which they entirely support. So just because that person doesn't have a deal for you right away, you can't automatically exclude them. That's one of the reasons why my network is supplied with a lot of vendors and a lot of suppliers, and it's not just tenant focused. The reason being is because they know just as many people as I do, if not more. And in fact, having a warm introduction through them to any other type of clients which they may have actually makes my prospecting job a lot easier. So it's essentially like outsourcing your sales team to your network, because now they sell you. And they know you as a good person. Obviously, all of this behind it, the fundamental is you have to be an authentic person, you have to be realistic, and you have to be likable. If you're none of the above, it might be a little more challenging trying to go down that route. But if you're genuinely just a nice person and you actually care about what these people have to say, like I treat a lot of my contacts as almost like my friends. My social life and my business life have really intermingled together. I go and play golf with my contacts, but effectively a lot of them have now become my friends. I know about their families, I know about their kids, and you know what? I love it. I love what I do because it gives me a personal connection to all of them, rather than this is just a deal. Well, that's just a deal. No, that's not how I personally network. I think Kyle's really helped me enhance that and kind of brought to my attention a lot of different other avenues that you can go down, and the way that you hold these people in a certain perspective. By just shifting it slightly, you see them in a whole different light, and within that light brings opportunity. You just got to be around to recognize that opportunity. At the end of the day, I'm the type of person where I've seen throughout my whole life helping people will actually come back to you in spades. And my friends have always been very generous to me, and in turn, I want to be generous to the world. I'm in a very privileged and fortunate position to have the level of education which I do, and to be engaged in the tasks that I am on a day-to-day basis. So my mindset automatically is to help people, to serve them, see what I can do to make their lives better. Because at the end of the day, there's two types of extremes which I would say that you remember most people on. You're either very negative, which you don't want to encounter with them anymore, or you're extremely positive because you lent them a helping hand in a situation where they were down. Well, you want to be in the one camp where you're helping people and bringing them up to the next level, because they'll remember that. People remember that. And even if they don't remember it, they don't come away with a negative experience, which from a sales perspective is very, very important, because the more people, like I said, that you have selling you as a person, not necessarily the goods or products or services that you sell, but selling you as a person, saying, this person is good to deal with, they're honest, and you can trust them. That goes so like long when it comes to setting up your business for success. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have people that can believe in you, who you are, and as a brand, I honestly don't think that you're going to be in a position to succeed. You're not honest, you're not trustworthy, and you're not in a position where people can definitely rely upon you to kind of bring themselves to the next level. You want a positive network that you can surround yourself around that's very aligned with what you do. In my instance, I actually, again, surround myself with people that are very like-minded to me. So they have a very similar mindset when it comes to networking, to helping me. So I never expect reciprocity to come back. I'm always a one-way relationship. If it happens to come back, that's great. But I'm in it to help people. And in turn, if it comes back, which it usually does with no expectation, that's fantastic. But if it doesn't, then so be it. That's just one other person that I've just made their day, and they're so much happier as a result of it. And why wouldn't you want this world to be a lot happier? Because we all gotta live in it anyways, right? So if someone were to come to me and ask me whether or not they should get a business coach, I think it's a no-brainer. You have to get a business coach. Just as what every professional, whether at any level of sports, everybody has a coach. What Kyle in particular has done for me is really not only transform the way that I think of things, the way that I see situations, the way that I see people, but he's really transformed in the way that I engage with them by utilizing a lot of the methods which he introduces throughout his coaching, and it can occur in as fast as one session. I remember my first time with Kyle back in his really old basement ways where they first started the business. It was interesting because I did not know what to expect, and honestly it didn't come down to where they were located. The fact they were in a basement made it that much more interesting, because what Kyle brought to the table completely transformed the way that I thought, the way that I saw things, the way that, you know, the sky is blue, but is it blue? Is it maybe a different shade of blue? Could you maybe look at it from a different angle? All of these things were just different conversations that I haven't had with any other person, let alone coach. And at the end of the day, I think what Kyle and his team over at Change My Life, or Change My Business Coaching, has done for me is really helped me transform who I am as an individual, which in turn has translated my ability to go into the market and conduct business, especially here within the Calgary market, where it's been very challenging over the past 4 years.